The future of Van Dijk and Mo Salah has every Liverpool fan at the edge of their seat, nervously waiting for any announcement regarding their future at the club, hoping a deal can be met to keep the duo at the club. In today's video, we have some massive news in regards to Virgil van Dijk's contract situation. We will dive into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Liverpool may have suffered defeat to Paris Saint-Germain to exit the Champions League's last 16, but the Reds still banked a significant fee for their efforts. Liverpool are already all but guaranteed to enter next season's Champions League via their Premier League finish, though in reality they are champions-elect. Taking part in the Champions League is worth a considerable amount to the club, and that is summed up by the huge fees earned from their 2024/25 campaign. According to The Athletic's Chris Weatherspoon, Liverpool are set to be paid an estimated £83.7 million for their participation. This includes a number of revenue sources not limited to their performance, though 7 league phase wins and a place in the last 16 were worth a significant chunk of that. That is more than any other English club in this season's Champions League, despite Aston Villa reaching the quarter-finals, where they will face PSG. Having topped the inaugural league phase, Liverpool were widely considered among the favourites to win the Champions League outright, but their place in the table saw them drawn against one of the strongest teams in the tournament in PSG, who knocked Arne Slot's side out on penalties after a 1-1 aggregate draw. While the aim is naturally to win the competition, there is a considerable benefit to Liverpool simply entering the Champions League season in, season out. There was clear evidence of this as the club posted a £57 million loss in their latest accounts, having spent the 2023-24 season in the Europa League. Liverpool saw a £38 million drop in media revenue for the previous campaign, which should increase massively in their 2024/25 financial results. Slot and his players know they will win the Premier League with 5 wins from their remaining 9 games, while they need 8 points before they are mathematically guaranteed top 4 and a Champions League place. Now, in some huge Virgil van Dijk contract news, despite concerning comments from Virgil van Dijk in recent weeks, Liverpool are said to remain confident their captain will eventually sign a new contract. Van Dijk has sparked concern among fans with his recent updates on talks over a new contract, telling reporters earlier this month that he could run his current deal down before any agreement is reached. That, of course, leads to an increased possibility of a free transfer elsewhere, with Paris Saint-Germain among the clubs linked. But Liverpool remain confident their number 4 will put pen to paper on an extension, according to The Athletic's David Ornstein in a Q&A on Thursday. The journalist was questioned on speculation surrounding an offer from PSG, with claims of a €100 million package already refuted by ESPN's Julien Laurent. All parties are playing down Van Dijk to PSG, Ornstein explained. Liverpool remain confident that he will extend at Anfield. This should come as encouraging news after the disquiet of late, with sources within the club clearly still convinced a breakthrough will be reached. Hopefully the same applies to Mohamed Salah, of whom Ornstein writes Liverpool have been optimistic for some time that they will reach an agreement with. Ultimately, they want Salah to stay, and there is a belief that he is happy and would like the same, he added. Now, of course, the numbers will need to be right on what we think is a proposed 2-year extension, and clearly that has not been easy. But there has so far been nothing to indicate talks have stopped or are not moving in a positive direction. Ornstein added that there had been pretty immediate and firm denials when exploring reports of potential moves for Salah to either PSG or the Saudi Pro League. The journalist wrote, "I also don't sense the Champions League and EFL Cup final defeats will have any bearing on the outcome or timings. The same, I suspect, with Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's stance is seemingly less convincing than either Van Dijk or Salah, though, with the right-back expected to join Real Madrid on a free transfer. Talks will continue with the vice-captain's representatives, but Spanish newspaper AS claimed on Thursday that a deal with the Spanish champions is 99% done. In other news, Jurgen has stressed that he is going to Liverpool to fight for the number 1 spot, ahead of the goalkeeper's £29 million move from Valencia. Mamardashvili was the second signing of Liverpool's summer last year, but his switch to Anfield was delayed by 12 months. Instead, the Georgian remained with Valencia for the 2024-25 campaign, with it understood that he would struggle for minutes with Alisson and Sean Kelleher already at the club. Speaking to JO Team after his country's 3-0 win over Armenia on Thursday, Mamardashvili made it clear he intends to fight Liverpool's number 1 next season. "I am going to Liverpool to fight for the number 1 spot," he insisted. "I will go there to train at my best, and I don't know what they will decide afterward. I don't decide who plays and who doesn't." This is not the first time Mamardashvili has made his ambitions clear, telling Georgian Television's First Channel in October that his sights are set on the first choice role, even if the current goalkeeper does not leave. Alisson has held the starting spot ever since his £65 million move from AS Roma in 2018, and he has been considered one of the best in the world in his position, if not the best. That status remains, particularly after the 33-year-old's incredible display against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, which has led to confusion over plans for Mamardashvili. Change is expected this summer, with Kelleher likely to depart, while Alisson will enter the final year of his contract, albeit with an option to extend to 2027. That has led to suggestions Mamardashvili will immediately take the Brazilian's place in the side, though Arne Slot will be anticipating a battle for the starting gloves. There could be echoes of the duel for the number 1 shirt between Simon Mignolet and Loris Karius in the early years of Jurgen Klopp's reign, though the standards are clearly not the same today. Karius was swiftly installed as first choice soon after his arrival from Mainz in 2016, only to drop back out of the side following a number of high-profile errors. Klopp later swapped between Karius and Mignolet before the German reclaimed his starting spot, then losing it to Alisson after a concussion-forced calamity in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. Mamardashvili is certainly more established than Karius was ahead of his move to Liverpool in the summer, though the 24-year-old is enduring a difficult campaign with relegation candidates Valencia. In all likelihood, Alisson will stay as first choice for 2025-26, with Mamardashvili replacing Kelleher as his backup, with an eventual succession plan in place. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.